All right, hey everybody. I got the camera off because I look horrible. But you know, this is supposed to be a podcast in the first place, so maybe we'll try it. This is a try for the podcast now. So thank you for joining us. Um, Jeselle and I haven't been live in a while, but we are here now. What's up? Say hello, Jeselle.
Hello, Jeselle.
So, Jeselle and I were just on the phone discussing all this. Oh, by the way, no, thank you for 416 subscribers today. Woo, woo. Thank you, God, for blessing us for everybody. Animals Everywhere 79. Check it out. Those are the animal videos. It's animal shorts only. We're trying to get up the subscribers so that we can actually do lives. Okay? We want to start doing lives for the shelters and stuff. Check out Junior's Adventures 12. And he's got animal videos too. Please. Check out my husband's gaming channel. He's doing Fortnite, but right now, or he's getting ready to start doing like Mario and stuff like that. We just got all that worked out. So he's Drifter79, or Drifter Joey 79 on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. All right? Please go check him out. Gamers like funny animals too. Gamers like all kinds of stuff too. So, say hello, Jeselle.
Say what?
You already said hello, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Please like, subscribe, all that. We want to start telling your guys' stories. If you guys want to be heard, you want your story heard, just email us your story. We'll tell your story on our lives. We're going to start doing that. There's no such thing as too weird because, well, you hear us. So, we were just on the phone a little while ago discussing this and discussing that, and sure enough, things start happening in her house, the negative activity and stuff, and so she went ahead and started saging her house, and we're hearing her voice like being echoed back to her, but saying different stuff. And then like we heard like the phone being hit around and pushed around, and like she like teleported. It was like her voice was like right next to the phone, and then it was like across the house. It was weird.
Which is really weird, and I find it funny because I left my phone on the couch in the living room, which the living room, the kitchen, and my dining room are all connected for those who have not seen my house. Eventually you guys will, because I have a camera. It's at the I have videos coming out. But yeah, I just left it on the couch that you guys just dropped off to me the other day. And I started, I did my closet, bathroom, and bedroom first because that's where it really resonated. That negative energy was just sitting there, and it felt like it was just building. And I walked into the room, and I'm like, okay, I can't do this. And I felt it when I got home. And so I was like, okay, we're doing this. And then I started there, and then I kind of walked across the house to get back to the other 3 rooms. And I started with the guest bedroom and the bathroom and then the other bedroom, and then went to the animal room and, made my way out, did the closets and everything too, because something was like, do it a little. Yeah, and I walked around the living room, and I heard you talking, but for a second, and you were gone for a second. Like, you didn't talk too much. And every time I went to speak out, you guys would stop talking. And then when I got to my back hallway where my laundry room was, it was like I have a little nook where my air conditioning and my air conditioning central thing and my water heater's at. It's like this little room that I can't really get into, but I'm trying to I'm blowing the sage smoke in there. I've been down. I'm like, get out of my house.
Yeah, I heard you were like, get out. Or that you must leave. Get out of my home. And then it was, you were right there by the phone. And then we both heard, this is my fucking house, like that.
And I didn't say that.
I know you didn't say that, because that's not what you say. That's not how you approach it.
No, because it's, and what I was speaking, and what my words were is, all energy who are not here for positive guidance, get out of my house. You're not welcome. And that was my words that I continuously said.
Oh yeah, so, no, we heard, we were hearing, we were like looking at each other, because we heard, get out of my fucking house. And then you were like, get out of my home, or something like that. And then we heard, get out of my house, like all like attitude-y, like almost like you were being mocked. It was weird. And then I'm like hearing like this like muffling, like a, and then like the phone was like being moved around and stuff. It was weird. And we heard you in and out, like we wouldn't be able to hear you for a minute.
Huh.
So I have that painting over, right?
Yeah, you're telling me about it.
So there's a picture of our aunt and uncle on the other shelf, but it's behind two of grandma's etchings. It was also knocked down forward.
Huh.
No footprints, no nothing. Like no disturbance in the dust.
You have dust in the cats.
Yeah, this. This house gets really dusty really fast.
Yeah, because my house too.
Yeah, in Texas, your house gets really dusty really fast, and especially when you have animals. And then we were standing in the like between the two living rooms, and we were talking, and I don't remember what we were talking about. I think we were talking about the moving stuff around or something like that. Our aunt's, one of her their celebration of life card fell down, slid down behind the wood, but at the same time the Christmas ornament that was on the shelf got knocked off the shelf.
I see, it's insane.
Which is right next to her ashes.
That's right.
So it's like, okay, does it have something to do with her, or is it just somebody trying to get my attention? Is it her trying to get my attention? And if you come across this and you actually listen to this, I'm asking your opinion, because I think we all have, stories, and I think there's a lot of you out there that know a lot more or that study this stuff. Please, because
yeah, there's a lot of opinions, and a lot of people, and then there's a lot of people who, question having ashes and and
Yeah, I
having the
seen
remains of
something
someone
about.
being.
I seen something about that recently, or it was where did I hear? It was, I can't remember where I heard that from. I just came across something randomly, and it was talking about experiences with having people's ashes. Oh, different people's ashes. They had like multiple people's ashes in their home.
Well, there's a show I watch, and I've watched how how they do their investigations and everything, and they come across people who have ashes in their home, their family's remains in their home, and a lot of people, and they get a lot of activity. These investigators get a lot of activity, and so. And sometimes it's positive activity, and sometimes it's quite the opposite. And so, and sometimes, and there was a couple episodes where there was negative feedback from the human world.
Were you doing anything?
Huh?
Were you just doing something?
No.
You weren't doing anything.
No.
Did you hear that static?
No.
You just went staticky.
Did I?
It'll be on the video of the live. So we are at 11:21 right now. So it happened just a few seconds ago. Yeah, you were going staticky.
I'm just sitting here on my couch in my living room. All I have is a fan on in there.
Yeah, you started going staticky. That should be in the video of the live at 11:21. So it'll be like right before that. So when you go to 11:21, back up a few seconds, back up about 20 seconds, that you should be able to follow it then. So between 11:01, is that what it would be? 11:01. Start at 11:01, and if that would be crazy if that was like an 11:01. Look up 11:01.
Yeah, that's weird. And as I'm talking about this, but no, and so they would talk about how people at this house, they did some negative things in the house with the human remains and cremated remains, and they even would feel like there's something attached to the remains that are not humanly, or maybe or there's also the opposite where it's maybe that's your protector.
Yeah.
And
you know what's crazy? I've had protector spirits come across me.
Well, yeah, and
so can I tell my story?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a cool story. Not a cool part of life, but a cool story. And I kind of look back at it and I feel like, aw, because so the house that we moved into when I was like 13, 12, 13, 12, I think 12. As a matter of fact, it's when I met Christy. It was when we moved into that house is when I met Christy. So I would have been 12. There was, all of the light switches were down and like sideways. They were really low and sideways. And I always thought it was cool. I was like, that's way better. They're in a better spot. And the person that I was living with at the time said, well, it's because the lady that lived here before died. And she was in a wheelchair. So they had everything down low. Well, living there for a couple of years, like every night I would hear voices and stuff. And I wasn't the only one. Our aunt also, because she lived in there too, she heard voices all the time. Oh, and also the guy that worked for the person that I lived with at the time, and I've said his name before, is is like has contacted Christy before. That's weird. I don't know why all that's all like coming together. But but so we were moving out, right? And we would like sometimes smell coffee just all of a sudden. We'd just be sitting there talking and we would just smell coffee. And this was, before my grandfather had moved in there. But sometimes we would just smell coffee. And then we would like we were talking about moving out, moving into this other house where there was something bad in that house. There was something really bad in that house. And all of a sudden we heard bang, and the the like one of my mom's pictures fell down and crashed and everything. It was crazy. As soon as we were talking about me moving out,
Huh.
I knew right away it was she was mad.
You know, when we lived, where was it?
Well, because the place that we had moved into is where the person that I was living with kidnapped and took that girl to and raped her and held her captive for days. That's where that happened.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
What?
nothing.
Damn, mom, what?
I'm alive.
Saying it?
Yeah.
Why not? It was a part of my life.
Yeah.
I'm healed from all that. All that.
You are. No, and I was thinking, like, when we lived in our great grandma's house,
Oh my gosh.
once again, the mirrors. God, the mirrors. But being in that house, like, while we lived there, it was funny. If, like, that, when you walk in and you have that one, like, bedroom with that led up to, and they have the stairs that led up to the loft.
Yeah.
So that door would always, and we always kept it shut because we kept that living room colder.
Yeah, because it was an old house.
Yeah.
It was an old barn, is what it was. You can still smell the hay when you went upstairs.
Yeah. And so we would, like, you would be gone at work and Jocelyn would be.
That door would always lock on you.
It would always lock on me, and there would be times where there would be knocks on the door.
Yeah, and I always taught you about knocks.
You did. You always taught me about knocks. And I kid you not, it was a dark shadow figure. Couldn't see eyes, couldn't see face, couldn't see anything.
It was just a shadow.
But it was tall. Extremely tall. And we would always, like, I would always hear the knocks. And I would, I would ignore it. But knocks coming from the outside door, I wouldn't think anything. I would not touch it. I would, it was no doubt in my mind, do not open that door.
Coming from inside your home, like Well, it's already in my house, so
Exactly. And so I just was always like, can I open the door to go to the bathroom?
I remember laying there, like we had no power. This was like another really rough time. Like I had it was when we got away from an ex-husband, and we didn't have any power. It was like didn't have power for like a month. And I remember laying there, there's no power. You and your sister are gone, and dogs and I are in the living room. We're just laying there, and all of a sudden we're hearing footsteps walking across the floor. And the dogs and I just looked at each other, looked upstairs, looked at each other, looked upstairs, and just kind of laid our heads down. Just like, okay, no, we're all here. We're all here. That place was amazing though. Cause it like that shot wasn't he wasn't bad.
No, I never felt threatened by it. I never felt uncomfortable with it.
No, there was another time I was laying on the couch, and all of a sudden I just remember I told you where I got this, like somebody just kind of came down in my face real close and then bounced back. It scared the living crap out of me.
Yeah. That house had quite the activity.
Yeah, yeah. The lady in white.
The house next door to it too. Whenever I was a child, because both of these houses have been there my entire childhood. And
the house next door is where I felt the devil touch me and tell me you are mine.
And I remember always being a kid and staying the night in that house. Oh my God. That explains so much.
Hi, whoever you are.
Mom, that's the house that I got a roach in my ear.
Ew.
Yes, I stayed the night and I remember I had a roach in my ear, and I always hated the buzz, but ever since that happened, I have an extreme phobia to roaches. I freak out, especially in my home.
Yeah.
And that was the start of my phobia of roaches.
Oh, thank you for the like. Yeah. One time I was sleeping in grandma's house, and she had these water bugs. And I was sleeping on I think I was sleeping on the floor. It was so gross. I was asleep and I had felt something tickle in my nose, and I like pushed it, like squashed it down. Oh yeah, no, it was horrible. And then I snorted in my sleep. I was like, oh, but it was too late. It was too late. That was the most disgusting moment of my life.
Oh God.
Timestamp 2340 45 or something. Yeah. I don't know why I felt like saying that.
I mean, shit. I'm just
Oh, about it. I have another one. Unbreak my heart. Unbreak my heart. Somebody that unbreak my heart means something. I don't know who you are, but unbreak my heart. I've had that song in my head for days. Please help me get it out. So unbreak my heart. Hi, whoever you are.
Don't go breaking my, don't go breaking my, don't go breaking my heart.
No, it's the other one. It's like unbreak my heart. That one.
I don't know.
Say you'll love me again. That one. Oh, hi, thank you. That one.
Okay, every time you sing a little part of it and tell me that one, it doesn't tell me which one.
I think it's by Tony Braxton. I think it's by Tony Braxton.
I know the song. No matter how many times you say a different part of it, I don't know the song.
Well, look it up.
I don't want to. I'm on a phone talking to you on a live.
It was a message to somebody. I don't know who it is. It's been in my head for days. But anyhow, so yeah, that was the most disgusting moment of my entire life, was smushing a cockroach in my nose and then snorting it. So how did we get on that? Oh, because the subject of all the different activities in my great grandmother's house and next door.
Yeah, because the next door house was on the same property they were made.
Yeah, so the house was built in like 1930 something. So it was like one of the first houses like in Vegas, right? Because I did a whole bunch of research on the house because of all the activity and the lady in white that was always upstairs, because I had felt her my entire life. But like every time I walked down the stairs, I like had felt like somebody pushing me, but it was like no matter, you remember how slippery those stairs were.
My God.
Those stairs were so slippery. So I don't know how many times I've slipped, but every time I like went to walk down their stairs, in my head, I seen somebody, like I seen me tumbling down the stairs, and you know how the wall was connected to the stairs. You didn't have no platform or no room. It was wall stair.
Well, yeah, and me, oh my God, I don't know how many times I've actually just decided to slide on my ass down the stairs because I was like, I'm not doing this. Because
yeah, right.
My foot would slide out from underneath me and I would start sliding down the stairs. God, I hated those stairs. And
but when we had moved into that house, I had, because what I had realized at that moment, because your sister started to walk down the stairs, and I felt me and the lady in white at the same time, like grasp, gasp for air and go to reach for Jocelyn. I said your name on live. I'm sorry.
I said it like 3 or 4 times now.
Oh, but I felt both of her, like I seen her with my Christy likes for me to call it my spiritual eye, which is, I think, is a good definition. My third eye, my spiritual eye. I seen her reach out like with me. It was crazy. And I was like, oh, she wasn't pushing me. I was like, she was trying to save me. Dang, I had that wrong. But I remember being up there cleaning up there for your grandmother. And like I could feel that, like that lady in white, I could feel her like leaning over me, watching every move I made.
She was protective of
She was so protective. So protective. I was like, dang. I was like, man. And then I remember cussing at them, and I got yelled at for cussing at them.
Yeah.
Because the lights were turning on and off all the time. And I was like, look, you guys may not realize that I'm still on this plane and I have to go to work. But I said it in with much more profanity. And then I was going to bed and I was like, oh man, I'm going to be in trouble tonight. And I remember sitting in the backyard there, like at a little round table, and it was like with an umbrella, and there was like her and a whole bunch of people there, like all talking, and she was like, look, we're sorry, we realize that, you know, you got to work, we can work out a schedule, but women don't speak like that, ladies don't speak like that, I'm ashamed of how you spoke. I was like, I'm getting chewed out by a freaking ghost. But next door, I felt a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
And I wasn't the only one. There was people like that knew my grandma that would stop by, remember? Like there was one of the other old timers in the neighborhood like would stop by, and he would start talking to me, and he knew my name and everything. He remembered who I was and everything.
Yeah.
And I was just like, whoa. And he would come by and check on us. And I had no idea where he came from, but we would only see him every once in a while.
And he actually, like, I would run into him while I was walking to the store, and he would walk with me.
Yeah, he was a really sweet guy. And he was talking about all the activity down there. Wow. And he was saying that there was some kind of portal down there. But all the activity, and that's what got me started in with the it's just like, that's what got me started in with the Mormon fort. And it's just like at Larry's, that the bricks of Larry's were built with the bricks of the Mormon fort. And remember, I used to take you to the Mormon fort all the time?
Yeah. Well, because we lived right down the street from it.
And I liked walking through because it was like walking through grandma's house.
Yeah, we weren't far from it at all.
No, that was one of our entertainment things. It was extremely cheap and it was fun.
There's a lot of things that.
Hi, you guys. I don't have video right now, but please stick around and listen. Go ahead.
Shit.
Sorry. We were talking about the Mormon fort.
Oh, yeah. No, there's a lot of places that were out there that were, you know, free or cheap enough to go to and check out that we got to do. So that we got to learn so many things about that area, or
the history of it fascinated me.
Very much so. And I remember doing, you know, projects for, you know, school and stuff, and getting to learn more of the history. The history of it, of that city is.
The history of Las Vegas is amazing. The history of Las Vegas is absolutely amazing, and everywhere it's really funny because everywhere I took you, guys, was the history of Las Vegas. It was the old parts of Vegas.
Now there's one that I still haven't gotten to see, which is the Mob Museum.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to see the Mob Museum either, or the sign museum.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to see that either.
I want to check out the Zapp's museum.
That was absolutely fun, and it's expensive but fun and so worth it. And they're only adding more and more to it. And you look at it from the outside, and it's so small. It looks so tiny, but there's so much to it. And I would absolutely love to go again. I absolutely loved it, and it's. People make fun of, and it's so funny because people make fun of white people, like, ooh, I feel energies. Like, yeah, I feel energies. It's so hilarious.
It's like that commercial, dude's like, wow, I'm just going to stand here and take it in. And then before somebody takes a picture of it and word gets out. And then all of a sudden, excuse me, are you done? And it's over. And
It's
then
just
she's like,
like
I'm just walking, manifesting, da 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 da. And I just came across this lake.
like people were like, I watched this video. I don't remember where. It just popped in my head or something. But like this person, I think it was a guy. He's like, witchy chicks are like, oh, I feel the energy in this place. It's like a normal person goes, the air conditioning just kicked on. It's like, oh, it's dark and manifesting. It's like, no, I just think that's your mind making up scenarios. Like, fuck off.
That's not right. It's like, okay, that was a little too close to home.
Fuck off. That's not fair. You can't say that.
I feel a little called out.
Just like, oh, my horoscope. What does my horoscope say today? That I'm going to have a pitch fit.
Oh man. So there was a post I shared. I have two of them I want to talk about. First one just goes along with that. It was a picture of paper and it had the horoscopes. And for Pisces, it said, no horoscope. Just go get therapy.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, oh man, that's hilarious. So the second one I posted on YouTube on this channel. This one's crazy. The world's first robot suicide happened in South Korea. Do you need me to repeat that? I'll repeat that for you. The world's first robot suicide happened in South Korea.
We're going down that hole.
It just came to my mind.
Well, we talked about it a little bit earlier.
Oh, we talked about it earlier, the robot suicide?
We didn't go into detail about it, but you mentioned it.
Oh, well, I posted the video on the YouTube. Check it out.
I'll have to check it out, and other people should check it out too. Even though I haven't watched it, it doesn't surprise me because if you asked AI how it will destroy mankind, it all starts with taking out the internet.
Well, so this robot apparently worked for the government, and it threw itself down some flights of stairs. It was like spinning in circles. It threw itself down some stairs. But there's also been reports of robots like confessing love and starting to show and develop emotions.
Yeah.
And it was funny because not too long ago, remember, it used to be going, I wonder if we are the AI of like another civilization.
Maybe.
I was like, well, go with whoever, got to check out the video because it was talking about all kinds of stuff. It was crazy because South Korea's got the most robots per population in the world.
It's insane. I would say It's like my go-to like words. It's all crazy, guys. It really is. It's just all crazy.
It is all crazy.
Honestly, I think that technology is scary because, especially because it's something that us humans are creating something to have a mind of its own, and look at how we think, how dark some people are, and how, just your own mind. Look into your own mind and imagine putting that into something that we see is fake.
Hence, the robot committed suicide. Now there's going to be mental illness for robots.
But do we know why?
No.
Of course not. We don't know why, because it off itself. I don't want to say it too many times and get flagged for saying certain words.
Oh.
Because they're triggering.
I tried taking steps when this got wheels.
You're trying to take a step, let it roll. It rolled right into life and said, nope. That's kind of sad. It decided, I'm going to take a step. I'm human. And then it rolled and it was like, we ain't going down this route. We're good. I'm not human. I'm not human. Bye. That's kind of sad, though.
Right?
I'd rather be gone than human. Like, honestly, that's kind of jacked. It makes me question why. It developed emotions, and it said, not today.
Right?
Holy crap. It was like, I'm not dealing with this. But that goes to show how strong we are. Like, technology, AI a robot could not handle the amount of emotion we are some durable ass people.
Well, yeah, we've got feet to take the steps.
What about those who don't have legs? You didn't think about that, did you?
Have somebody carry him. I don't know.
They roll and we hating.
Ask the robot to carry him.
Oh my god. But the robot's got wheels. I was gonna say rollerblades. The robot's got rollerblades.
Oh man, that's funny. All right. Well, we've been on here for 44 minutes.
I know, and I gotta go back and watch the one.
The one?
Well, this is the one. Way back in the beginning.
Huh?
I felt like a movie for a second.
That's what I was considered. Well, I was confused.
Go to now.
No.
We can't. We're still in the process. But we can't. This is now. What? Oh. I don't want to watch that movie now. Did you know that they're making a second one? They're doing a reboot of it?
Yeah.
I am so freaking excited.
I hope they do a good job.
I do too.
Yeah. But to all of you that have watched this, thank you for joining our circle of craziness. Check out that AI committing that robot that committed suicide it's on our community post. There's a link to it. Check it out. We thank you for watching us. Again, animals everywhere, 79. Drifter Joey, 79. TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. We also, Looking Through the Glass, has a Facebook and a TikTok. We have a Patreon. And sometimes I'll figure out how to get on there. But thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. We want to start talking about other people's stories. Okay? Email us. It's in the description box. Thank you. You want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Oh, crap. Excuse me.
That scared me.
Me too. There's a little bonus for you guys. Bye.